Hey online entrepreneurs, it's Grace here from Printbest, your print-on-demand partner. Today's video answers one of the biggest questions that t-shirt sellers ask. How do you avoid copyright infringement on t-shirt designs? The last thing that business owners want is a lawsuit on their hands, especially if they're just starting out. So if you're into selling printed apparel, but you don't want to get in trouble with the law, keep watching, because we're going to tackle this complicated issue in a way that's hopefully easy to understand and easy to apply to your own business. Before we jump in, we want to hear from you. Are you a t-shirt seller or are you thinking of getting started? In the comments below, let us know where you are in your process so that we can make videos that are more relevant and helpful to you. Then subscribe to our channel so you don't miss anything. Now let's begin. To understand copyright infringement, we first need to understand copyright itself. Copyright is the legal right to reproduce or replicate content. It protects original work from getting copied without the permission of the creator. Copyright laws are handled differently depending on which country you're in, but in the US, they're monitored by the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, also known as the DMCA. Copyright infringement is when a copyrighted work is reproduced, distributed, performed, publicly displayed, or made into a derivative work without the permission of the copyright owner. So what happens when you're caught for copyright infringement? On the lighter end, you get a takedown notice from the creator telling you to remove any copyright infringing material. In some cases, you may have to pay the penalties. In more severe cases, you may have to bear other criminal and civil consequences based on the laws of your country. For the US and Canada, this could mean paying a $250,000 penalty, plus additional fines for each infringement. You could also be imprisoned. For a list of potential consequences and fees, check out the blog article that inspired this video, linked in the description below. With all of these consequences, copyright infringement is definitely something to be taken seriously, and it's better to be safe rather than sorry. So how do you avoid copyright infringement as the t-shirt seller? Here are 5 tips for getting t-shirt designs without breaking copyright laws. Tip number 1, check material for its copyright before using it. Here's what you should be checking for. First, look for the copyright symbol or a watermark. If you find either of these, don't use the design. If you don't see either of them, check if there are ownership notes. These can be something simple like artwork by John Doe. Do not use without permission. If the design is posted on a website featuring work by various people, check the website for their copyright policy. You can also search copyright records at the Copyright Office website. Even if the design doesn't have any of these elements, it's technically still protected under copyright law as long as it's created in a fixed form. This means the design is embodied in a tangible, stable, and concrete form. So for example, if someone sketches a design out on a paper, that's a fixed form. But if someone talks about a design idea they have and their talk isn't recorded, then that's not a fixed form. Tip number 2, find materials that are not protected from commercial use. There are 3 kinds of designs to look for. First, you have public domain files. These are images or text that are not protected under copyright laws. You can find them on public sites like Wikimedia Commons or Project Gutenberg. Second, there are royalty-free images. Usually you pay a small fee once for these images, and then you can use them as many times as you like. Run a search on Google for royalty-free images and you'll find plenty of results. Some print-on-demand companies offer royalty-free designs too. Printbest, for example, provides free clip art for your t-shirt designs. Click on the Printbest link in the description to learn more about how to get started. And third, you have Creative Commons, which allows you to legally use certain designs for free. However, you need to credit the designer every time. Tip number 3, pay for designs. We know it's not always friendly for your budget, but it is the safest way to do business. You can either purchase stock images or pay someone to create a custom design. If you're going with stock images, make sure their terms of service allow you to use them commercially. And if you're paying a designer, make sure they know you're going to use their design on a commercial product. Tip number 4, modify designs to make them your own. There's something called transformative copyright law. This law allows you to modify an existing design, essentially transforming it into something of your own. But here's the catch. The new design has to have significantly changed the appearance or nature of the original design. So for example, you can modify a picture of a celebrity to create a parody. Tip number 5, create your own designs from scratch. You don't have to be a design wizard to use programs like Canva to create artwork. As long as you're not creating designs based on existing work by other people, you hold all the copyright privileges. Now, you might feel ready to work on your next t-shirt design, but there's one more important thing to be aware of: the impact of international law on the internet. There's no international copyright that automatically protects a design throughout the world, but there are international treaties and conventions. The Berne Convention, for example, is signed by over 160 countries. If the artist is in one of these countries, their work is protected under copyright law, so you can't use their work even if you are in a different country. This is especially important when you look for designs on the internet. The World Wide Web has made it hard to pinpoint exactly where something comes from, so just because something was made overseas doesn't mean it's exempt from the law. We hope this video has helped you understand copyright law a little better so you can make sure your business avoids copyright infringement. If you're ready to get started on your own t-shirt business, Printbest is here to help. Check out printbest.com for more information. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Printbest channel, where we make videos to help online entrepreneurs like yourself. Good luck, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.